What's good, YouTube? I wanted to start off this channel being really, really transparent. Aaron Spain is nothing fancy, nothing edited, nothing like staged, truthfully. These are just my thoughts as I am taking this journey that is my 20s. I am 22 and I started this channel back in high school. And my plans for this channel were to do like song covers and things of that nature, which never really happened. I think I posted one video of it and then that was that. Okay, so now that I've gotten into this headspace of creating, I want to talk a little bit more. I want to be a little bit more vocal about my thoughts, opinions. And yeah, if you find them interesting, you find them thought-provoking, and you want to engage in the conversation, then let's talk in the comments. If you have different thoughts and opinions, let's also talk. Let's do it respectfully, though, because I'm not responding to any hate comments or any criticism that's not constructive. Not doing it, so don't even waste your time. Well, you can if you want to. I'm not just gonna look at it. But anyways, I wanted to start this episode 1. This is episode 1 of a very long journey. I want to title this "The Mind of a Broke Believer." No job calls, but a calling in life. And I'm still trying to figure out the calling entirely, truthfully, but I think this is the time to do it. I have gotten so many rejections from jobs since, I would say, February. Since February, truly. I've been looking for jobs for a minute. I graduated college in May, and I was looking for jobs before I graduated. Just nothing has opened. The door for a job has not opened. And because that door has not opened, I have decided that I'm going to kick the door down of my own mental reality, which is I have a lot to say, so I need to just say it. And if you have a lot to say and you need to just say it, then go and do your thing. You need to say your thing. You need to say a little piece, you know? And I think it's time that we actually start speaking. Lately, I have been feeling so transformative. Like, everything is really sensitive to me. Everything is really touch and go, right? I'm seeing truths about friendships and family members and people around me and even myself that I didn't see a couple of years ago. I'm learning things about myself and how I want to move as an adult and how that differentiates for how I moved as a teenager. And I'm learning that the person I was, I am just not her anymore. We're grown. You know, we have grown from that. And I just want to document it in my words. I do believe the more I communicate and the more I talk to my laptop camera, the more I can articulate everything that I'm feeling. And I think that's what it's all about. Figuring out my place in my journey, right? I am no longer interested in competing with anybody else's thoughts, everybody else's path, figuring out what they got going on and then figuring out how to match it. I think that was one of my biggest downfalls is comparison. I think comparison definitely was the thief of my joy, was snatching it right on up. And, you know, we can't have that no more. I want my joy. I want my peace. I want it. You know, I want it all to myself. So I'm going to snatch it back, right? I'm going to take it back. And I'm going to let my comparison bug fall away. I'm going to let her go on about her day because she no longer serves a purpose here. That's a word. That comparison bug, she no longer serves a purpose here because now she just irritates me. I'm frustrated. I'm not even like, oh my God, like I'm jelly. I'm not even jelly. I'm just like, girl, lock in. That's not your path. You're going to find your path. Stop worrying about somebody else's journey. Like it's now becoming frustrating when I fall into old patterns. And that's how you know it's time for a change. When everything that you've been doing for so long, it's no longer comfortable. Like your body hates it. That's when you know it's time to move because you're stuck in this place of this unknown and anger and disappointment. And you're not even disappointed in anybody else but yourself because you feel like you can do better. So when you feel like you can do better, you gotta do better, you know? And I want to do better. So we're going to do better together. So I'm going to do better on this screen with you We're going to do better together, okay? And right now, I'm starting on this laptop screen because I don't want this to be no, like, big fancy thing. Like, this is the real. Like, it is currently Thursday, July 31st at 10:18 in the morning. Hopefully this video is out on Thursday and the next one will be out on Friday. You know, that's how I want this to go. I want this to be my visual diary of growth, because so many of us always feel like we're going through stuff by ourselves until we realize, oh my God, somebody on TikTok is going through it. Oh my God, somebody on Instagram is going through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if these are places where we can show up so raw, so authentic for a couple of seconds, I want to build this on YouTube as well. And so many people have done it, where we just sit and we talk, right? We want to have conversation. The comment section is completely open to your feelings. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put it in the comment section, I will even put my social media links in my description so you can privately DM me, because conversation is great. Don't get so stuck in your head about everything you're feeling where you think you're going through it by yourself. 9 times out of 10, something you're going through, somebody else is going through it as well, or they've already gone through it, you know? So all you got to do is figure out, one, how to ask for that help, right? I wasn't good at it. I'm still not, for real. And it's not because, you know, I don't feel like people are capable of the helping. It's just that I don't feel like I needed it, you know? For so long, Aaron was the strong one, right? I was really dependent on if everybody else was feeling good. I put my own feelings to the side, you know what I'm saying? I really went into my own space of, as long as everybody else was good, I was okay. That's damaging. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. It piles on and it piles on and it piles on to the point where you start to erupt. And it's like this big old volcano of emotions that you could have walked through each step of the way if you just allowed yourself to do that, right? And that's not to say you should be indulging your feelings to any and everybody, because truth of the matter is, everybody don't care. Truth of the matter is, everybody does not care. That is the truth. So you have to find the people that care, and you have to find the people that listen to you and validate you. The first thing somebody should be doing is validating your feelings, right? Somebody's not validating your feelings first before they even come in with any type of correction or anything like that. You need to evaluate that person's place in your life. You really do. Because your feelings are valid because they're yours. You felt those feelings, right? And that's something I'm learning. It doesn't matter if it was something that upset me, if it was something that I feel like it really shouldn't have got to me. They were my feelings, you know? So I have to deal with them. Not even really deal with them. I have to reflect on them and not push them to the side. I have to sit and let my body tell me exactly what I'm feeling. Let my mind come to the conclusion of why I felt this way. Oftentimes, when we feel emotions that we think we're not supposed to, we push them to the side really, really fast, because it's like, oh my God, we're not supposed to be feeling that. Like, oh, that's wrong. Or it's either I'm feeling too much. That's overwhelming. That's too much. Let it sit for a second, okay? This is not to say fester in it, overthink it. No, I want you to let it move through your body and exit. Oftentimes, we let it get stuck up here. Let it move and release, okay? We gotta let it move and release. I've gotten to the point now where if I feel super, super overwhelmed, I have to take a seat and I have to turn everything off. Even if the fan is on, if the TV's on, I have to turn everything off and sit in silence and let my body decompress, because I am overwhelmed and I'm overworking myself. And we don't want to do that anymore. We're transitioning, we're growing, we're moving. So in all of that and all of this transition, we have to first start here. So first thing I got to do is start with Aaron, right? You know, I haven't really been talking much to a lot of people that I really find close in my life. I've been keeping a lot of my cards close because I've been trying to figure out how I want to even move, because I'm relearning how to live my life, because for so much of it, I lived it to please others, which is super unhealthy. And now I am revamping that. And now I'm learning to live for Aaron first, and then making sure everybody else is good afterwards. But I can't help you until Aaron is good. And I'm learning that that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's cool. It's cool. And honestly, that's the hard truth for me, because I am so used to making sure everybody else is good that it's so hard for me to not communicate. But I have to do it. I have to sit in this uncomfortable, because my normal comfortable is checking in on people who don't check on me first. So I now have to realize, let's do self-checks. If we're good, then we can move on. If we're not good, let's lock in and figure out where we're going, what we're doing, And it is the most crazy experience I've ever been on. And I cry a lot. I'm not even going to lie. Recently I haven't been crying too much, but the start of this, I cried a lot because everything felt so uncomfortable. Speaking up for myself felt uncomfortable. Reassuring people in places where I would normally just figure it out and just battle in my head felt uncomfortable. Like, making sure that my feelings were out there and everything was on the table in my head, uncomfortable. And now I'm getting more okay with it. It's still uncomfortable because I'm 22 and people pleasing was the life I lived for almost 20 years. So everything's uncomfortable. But as I take this journey, I really, really, really want to vocally document it. I want to talk to people who are also going through that uncomfortable, that in-between struggle. Right now, I am unemployed, and the only thing I got with me is my faith. And that's okay. And I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Me and my faith, my friends, my family, we're good. That works for me. And I'm learning to be okay with it, right? I'm a person who always had to have her ducks in a row. I needed to know what's happening, when it's happening, what's going on. That's how my mind comprehends everything. I have to know what the plan is. And a lot of people in my life aren't that way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning to accept that. And it still frustrates me that I'm accepting how they move, but they not really learning to move, okay, let me sometimes do this because this is what works for Aaron. And that's a little frustrating as well. But we also have to learn, everybody doesn't have the same heart that you have. Everybody doesn't have the same care that you have. And when you're realizing that you're putting more into somebody and they're putting back into you, you do have to take a step back. You do have to take a step back because you're exerting more energy than you're receiving. So you do have to take a step back. And I'm learning that it's okay for me to go, normally I'm okay with this, but today I'm not. And that's okay. I'm learning that that's perfectly fine. Is it hard? Yeah. Super hard. But I'm learning it's a part of the process. And one day it's not going to be as hard for me to say, you know what? Today, girl, I know you need that help, but I can't. One day it's not going to hurt to say it. But right now, I'm going through all the motions. And if you're going through all the motions too, let's go through the motions together, okay? And that's just what I want to do. I want to build on that. So, yeah. This is my first little tidbit. My little 2 cents into this big old world of emotions. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. If y'all want to hear me on any other platforms, it is Aaron Nari on Instagram, Nari in the Mood on TikTok, and Nari Locked on Instagram and TikTok. So, yeah. But this channel is just going to be raw emotions. I don't plan on editing anything. I don't even plan on cutting out the and all that other stuff. I just want to be so transparent as I go through my journey of trying to figure it out. Whether God is giving me this time to figure out strictly just my relationship with him, or if it's something I need to be doing besides just getting into corporate America. That's also a journey into itself. And all of these things I want to talk about and just relate to so many people on, because you're not alone. I'm not alone, and gotta just build more of that authentic community. So I just want to do that for you, for me, for us, So yeah, I will see y'all in the next one, which will be hopefully tomorrow. But see y'all in the next one. Bye.